PvP tuning? You're kidding me. Oh my god, PvP tuning! Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone through Demon Hunter Hell, and we'll see what the response is. We have hot fixes fresh off the printing press. Let's see what we got here. PvP tuning coming November 14th. Oh my god. We've looked at data and feedback from players over the first week of Season 3 PvP, and intended to make some adjustments with scheduled weekly maintenance to address a few classes which we're seeing over and underperform. Player vs. player. Deathcoil. Deathcoil damage is now increased by 70% in PvP combat. Was 90. Deathcoil got nerfed. Havoc Demon Hunter. Oh my god, yes. Havoc Demon Hunter. Inertia damage bonus reduced to 12% in PvP combat. Good. Elysian Decree damage reduced by 20% in PvP combat. Good. The Hunt initial and periodic damage reduced by 30%. Was 20 in PvP combat. Good. Throw Glaive damage reduced by 10% in PvP combat. Good. Essence Break damage bonus reduced to 50% in combat. Yes. Fel Barrage damage reduced by 20% in combat. Yes. Yes. Good. Resto Druid. Resto Druid. Life Bloom periodic healing decreased by 12%. Grove Guardian Nourish healing decreased by 15%. Grove Guardian's health decreased by 66%. Well, you can kill Grove Guardians now. Holy shit, you can actually kill the Trents. You can burn the Trents down, dude. All right, next up we have Hunters. Hunter Marksmanship. Rapid fire damage increased by 20%. Was 40. Guardian of the Dreams 4-piece set now causes your next rapid fire to fire 40% additional bolts in PvP combat. Arcane Shot damage increased by 35%. So they buffed Arcane Shot and they buffed Chimera Shot, but they nerfed some of the one shot with rapid fire. Paladin, mana regeneration now decreased by 25%. Oh my god! They unnerfed Paladins! Let's fucking go, baby! Let's go! Every single change is just, they're nailing it! Alright, Shadow Priest. Increased damage of all abilities by 8%. Mind Trauma duration reduced to 15 seconds. Okay. 8% of all, like, that's a big buff. Mage. Oh my god, Mage changes. Oh my fucking god. Blast Wave Snare. Blast Wave now snares by 50%. Was 70%. Okay, so they nerfed Blast Wave Snare. I'm fine with that. Chrono Shift now increases movement speed by 25%. Oh my god. That's a fucking huge nerf. Oh my god, that's a big, big nerf. Temporal Shield now heals for 60% of damage taken. Was 100%. That's good. I think Temp Shield was really OP, to be honest with you. But the Chrono Shift change is absolutely wild. Fire Ignite damage increased by 20%. What the fuck? Fireball damage increased by 30%. Scorch damage increased. Glass Cannon now increases the damage of Ignite, Fireball, and Scorch by 40%. Oh my god. Wait, they Giga nerfed Glass Cannon, but they just buffed all your... They buffed Fireball and Ignite outside of Glass Cannon, and then Giga nerfed Glass Cannon. I don't think you'll play Glass Cannon anymore. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll still play it, actually. No, it's 15% health. I mean, there's a chance you still play it. All right, Frost. What do they do to Frost? Oh my god, there's a lot. There's a fucking lot. All right, here we go. Frost. Flurry damage increased by 20%. Was 8%. Frozen Orb damage increased by 75%. Was 30. So we got Flurry buff. We got a Frozen Orb buff. Frost Bomb damage increased by 80%. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Iceland's damage increased by 35%. Okay. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Frost is back. All right. Comet Storm damage increased by 40%. Wait, so they buffed Comet Storm. They buffed Icelands. They buffed Frost Bomb. They buffed Frozen Orb. And they buffed Flurry. Freezing Wind now grants Fingers of Frost every 5 seconds. That is a big nerf. Wait, that's a big change. Just so you guys know, that is a big change. That's a big nerf. That's big. That's a big nerf. If you don't know what that is, that's basically when you use your frozen orb, you get free Fingers of Frost procs. That's a big change. Frozen orb damage now has a 5% chance to grant Fingers of Frost. Was 10%. Okay. So oh my god. Those are pretty big nerfs. Those are pretty big nerfs. So basically they made it so when we drop our orb, we're not getting Fingers of Frost procs as much, but so we're gonna have less procs, but they're gonna do more. Basically, we're gonna have much less procs, but they're gonna do more. But I love the fact that they buffed Comet Storm. I love the fact that they buffed Ice Lance. That's really good. We got a bunch of really good changes for that. I'm really happy. Mistweaver Monk. Rising Sun Kick damage increased by 36%. Excuse me? Why did they buff Mistweavers? Oh, decreased. Okay. Decreased. Sorry. I misread that. I apologize. Tiger Palm damage decreased. Ancient Teachings now transfers 275% of the damage done. Oh. So they nerfed Mistweaver damage but buffed their healing? Is that what I... So they Fistweaver Monk does more healing now, but they do less damage? Interesting. Rogue, Kingsblade initial and periodic damage now reduced by 20%. Okay. Outlaw, Crack Shot now causes between the eyes to dispatch the target for 50%, was 75% of the normal damage when used from stealth. Subtlety, Perforated Veins damage bonus reduced to 40%, was 50%. Gormot's Bite reduced by 10%. Okay, the Rogue's got a little slap on the wrist. Rogue's got like a little tickle. Little slappy slap on the wristy wrist. It'll be a net. Okay, it'll net to be roughly the same healing for Mistweaver because healing is based off damage done. Okay, so the healing will be the same, but their damage is a little bit lower, allegedly. Shaman, Elemental. Lightning Bolt now deals 67% increased damage in PvP. Chain Lightning now deals 15% increased damage in PvP. Ice Fury's damage is now increased by 85% in PvP. Volcanic Surge now increases the damage of Chain Lightning and Lightning Bolt by 30%. Okay. So, mages. How are we feeling about this? Do we like the fire change? I feel like the fire change is interesting. I think I like it. I wonder if Frost is going to be good. I like all these changes. I wonder what build you're going to play, though. I feel like you're for sure going to play Frostbomb, right? Like, that does a lot of damn. I'm going to play the same build I played last season? Yeah. You think Frostbomb is worth, though? Like, did you play Frostbomb? Snowdrift and Comet Storm is the way? Yeah, maybe you are going to play that. Stack a Frostbomb with Glacial into Flurry, they're dead. I think I might not play Glacial. Is that troll? I feel like fuck Glacial, dude. Gigabust for Frost? Well, so these two changes are big, like, so there are a lot of buffs for Frost, but this is a change. Like, this is definitely a downside. So Freezing Winds, if you guys don't know what Freezing Winds is this talent right here. While your orb is active, you gain Fingers of Frost. So you have really reliable orb damage or really reliable lance damage with your orbs, and they change that. So you generate Fingers of Frost much less often and less frequently. But your Ice Lance hit harder. So it's like you're going to have less procs, but when you do get them, they do more damage. Comet Storm buff I like a lot. I like that Frozen Orb is doing more damage. I like that Flurry is doing more damage. Although Flurry damage is pretty inconsequential. So like realistically, guys, let's take a look at these. I want to see like, do I have any... Okay, so let's actually think about this. You can see how little Flurry damage, like how little Flurry hits for. So Flurry doing, what is that, 12% more damage is, it's nice. Nothing insane. Frozen Orb damage is pretty significant. But you can still see Orb, like, I don't know. If you actually land an Orb on somebody and they just tank it, it'll be pretty nice. Comet Storm buff, I think, will be nice. I'm just trying to think of what talents you're going to play now. What am I going to play? Arcane got nerfed properly, and I'm surprised. You think those were good changes for Arcane? Are you happy about that? Why would they nerf fire that hard? Did they nerf fire, though? What do you mean? They changed it. I think fire is still going to be really good. Do we like the changes? I do, yeah. The more I think about these changes, I swear this change is pretty much irrelevant. This change might be relevant, but I'm not sure. Frostbomb sounds crazy, but like testing it, it's not that crazy. Let's see. Is that enough? It's gonna hit 80% harder, I guess. It hits for like it crits for 100k. It's gonna hit 80% harder. This is the big one, but this came at the cost of less ice lances. So you get more ice lances, but less often. And then Comet Storm might be completely irrelevant as well. Over buffed IMO? What, mages? Frost mage? Let's take a look. So it all you have to remember as well that when looking at the damage, Frigid Empowerment is like a big here. It's a big part of your burst. Like when you have veins up is when you're gonna do the most damage. So you just have to remember that. But we can test like just like a little shatter combo. So we'll do this is what we'll do. We'll do a Frostbomb into Flurry, Frostbolt, Flurry, Comet Storm, Ice Lance, Ice Lance. So probably do some solid damn. I'm really hoping that I don't want to play Glacial. I think Glacial is really, really, really unfun. So I'm really hoping that I can get away with playing no Glacial. That'll make me very happy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little surprised they didn't nerf Ray at all. I'm like a little surprised they didn't nerf Ray at all. I thought if we got damage changes, it would come at the expense of something. I guess Orb, yeah, that is true. They did nerf the amount of Ice Lances we're gonna have. I'm actually quite happy with the changes overall. I feel like I'm really happy with them. I think the changes are great. I'm curious to see what Fire's damage looks like now. I guess you don't... The thing I like about this is you don't have to play Glass anymore, but I feel like you're still gonna play it. I think every Fire Mage is still gonna play Glass. The Demon Hunter inertia change is criminal. I don't think it is. I feel like a 20% perma damage modifier is pretty insane. I have a funny feeling that Demon Hunters are still gonna be very good. You know, I actually think the Frostbolt build is gonna be really good, and you wanna know why? So I actually think the Frostbolt build is going to be better than Glacial. And the main reason why I say this is because now that you don't get as many procs from Orb, it's actually going to be important to cast Frostbolt to get Fingers of Frost and Brain Freeze more often. I feel like you get way more procs, way more icicles, way more everything. You have this. I think you're going to do some big damn. Excited.